Commissioner, you just want to open first?
Okay. Good afternoon. We're here to give you an update on the fire yesterday at 467 Howard Street. It was a 4-alarm fire, very, very large fire in the city of Buffalo, impacted a number of persons within that community. And at this time, we have damage estimated at $750,000 to the building, $500,000 to the contents of that building. We also have additional damage to some properties that were very near the scene there at 473 Howard Street. Damage there, $10,000 to the building, $5,000 to the content. This house was located within about 10 feet of the warehouse that burned yesterday. And I just want to commend the members of the Buffalo Fire Department. They did a miraculous job in saving that property. The tenants were able to get back in there, and the house is virtually intact, and they will be able to re-inhabit that property. So, again, the members of the department did a great job in containing the fire on yesterday. Also, there were some additional exposures at 64 Thomas Street and also 173 Metcalf. They had some damage from embers or whatever from that fire. All of the fires at this time are under investigation. We did incur 2 injuries yesterday. 2 of the members of the Buffalo Fire Department, a knee injury and also a shoulder injury. They did not report for medical attention until after the fire was over with. And 1 person with the shoulder injury did report off duty.
There were a lot of, from the owner himself, Robbie said, he said that, there was a fire in a barrel, then there was a fire in a car, and then the fire ultimately to the building. Were there previous fires on the property?
We did respond earlier in the day to the fire in the barrel and the fire in the vehicle located on the property. The fire marshals did respond to those fires. In the city of Buffalo, we investigate all car fires, and as part of that ongoing process, the fire marshals were there. They did interview the owner at that time.
Does that to you indicate arson?
Pardon me?
Does that indicate arson? Does that raise red flags?
No, we're, again, all of these things are a part of the investigation. We have not determined whether, in fact, it is arson. Of course, we've not ruled that out either.
Do you know if the barrel fire and the vehicle fire, if they're connected at all to the warehouse fire? Perhaps were they set by the same person or people?
Again, that is all a part of the investigation. We're trying to see if those fires were connected and set. Yes.
So one of the people who stored items in that warehouse, they said that they had been in contact with police previously for some disputes. Are you guys looking into that? Have you heard anything about that?
All of that is a part of the investigation. It's a very active investigation at this point in time. All of those allegations, all of those things are part of the investigation. Our fire marshals are diligently interviewing persons, working with other agencies, the ATF and other agencies to ascertain the cause and origin of the fire.
Now, do you normally work with the ATF on all fires?
We work with the ATF on a regular basis. We have a great relationship with the ATF. We're wonderfully blessed to be able to do that. They assist us. They assist us with many fires in the city, especially the larger fires. Again, their service has been invaluable to us and to the residents of the city of Buffalo.
So you're not willing to say right now whether that fire, the warehouse fire, was deliberately set?
It's not that I'm not willing to say that. We've not determined that. It is still under investigation. Those are things that are part of the investigation. Again, and at this point in time, I don't have the proof to link the fires.
What would you say the cause is suspicious?
Every fire is suspicious in the city of Buffalo. That's why we investigate them. Every fire is suspicious until we determine the cause and origin.
How long do you expect this investigation to last? Any estimates?
No, there's no set amount of time for any investigation. We'll investigate this until we find the cause and origin. So if that could go on indefinitely. We don't have a limit on that. We're going to pursue. If somebody set the fire, we're going to pursue them from now on. We're going to never stop looking for the cause and origin of these fires.
There's surveillance cameras in that area, perhaps. Are you guys looking at surveillance cameras? Do you have surveillance cameras in that area?
Every time we do an investigation, those are things that are part of the investigation. We're certainly looking for evidence that might be on surveillance video or, so yeah, we're going to look at all of those things as part of the investigation.
We've been hearing rumors that there was actually an arrest in connection with this. Is there any truth to that?
Persons were detained for questioning. We have not made an arrest at this time.
Who were they?
Pardon me?
Who were they? Who was detained?
Again, that's a part of the investigation, and we're not prepared to release that information at this time.
One more
Are
question.
you
One
dealing
folks.
with the insurance company of the owner in this? Has the insurance company been out there?
I'm not sure whether the insurance company has been out there or not. Again, everybody connected with that building is a part of the investigation. Whether there was insurance or not, if there was insurance, certainly the insurance companies are going to want to work very closely with us to determine the cause and origin of the fire, as they have much at stake here.
One question just about
Did the owner have insurance?
Again, that's a part of the investigation.
One question was just about public safety. We had talked with a resident who lived 2 doors down from that warehouse. They said that they had children that were inside while the fire was going on, and that they weren't allowed to get out of the home for some reason, because fire officials told them to stay inside the home. Therefore, they smelled a lot of smoke, and they were coughing, things like that. Do you have any knowledge of why that was done, or if that was done?
That's a great question. In that particular instance, at the time that they were trying to evacuate, we deemed the environment outside of the home to be, more risk to those persons in the home. So we advised them to shelter in place until such time as they could be evacuated safely. At the time that was deemed appropriate, they were evacuated. We had many concerns with the residents in that community. We did do air monitoring to ensure the safety of the residents in that community. We went door to door doing good and welfare checks, and we found out that several persons did have oxygen, had different kinds of medical devices that were dependent upon having electricity. As the electricity was cut to that neighborhood, many of those devices were not working. So we were able to, run power from some of our apparatus to those persons to make sure that their medical devices worked throughout that event. We thought that, we did a good job in responding to the needs of the public at the time of the fire. We brought our rehab vehicle over. We were able to get the persons who were evacuated eventually into that rig. We got the Red Cross there. We provided shelter for those persons. Most of the persons were able to get back into their homes last night, except for the house directly adjacent to that building, and they just had some minor damage to the structure, not really related to the fire. It was actually caused by our members checking to make sure that no fire got into the house. As soon as that's repaired, electricity will be restored to that property, and they can re-inhabit that property also.
This was one of the worst fires that you've probably seen in quite a while.
It was a big fire. Not one of the worst fires. One of the worst fires are ones where people get hurt. We lose lives. And this didn't happen, so it was a good day for us.
As part of that view, that girl had said that the owner, a week prior, had made threats about burning the building. Do you guys have any reports of that?
All of those allegations, again, are a part of the investigation. I appreciate that a lot of this information has been made public, but as part of the investigation, we're not able to comment on those things. We don't want to do anything to jeopardize our ability to find the person or the cause of this fire.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
At any time there's a fire, it's hazardous. Smoke is hazardous. So no matter what's inside a building, no matter what's burning, it's always hazardous.
Who was inside? You guys want to determine that?
The damage was so extensive to the property. As you can see, the property was demolished at the time of the fire. It burned, incinerated much of everything in there. We have some reports about what was in there. Those are things we are, again, looking into. What was the property insured for, and all those kinds of things will help us determine actually what was in the building.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay? Thank you.